Hey guys, and welcome back to the Clickty Klack Podcast. In this episode, we will be talking about nail tips versus sculpted nails. Which one is really better? And as always, thank you for continuing to watch, share, and show support. I really appreciate it. So today, we are diving into the topic that comes up constantly in the nail world. Nail tips versus sculpted nails. If you have ever gotten your nails done, you probably experienced one of these methods without even knowing it. Clients often ask, which one is better? Which one lasts longer? Which one is healthier for my natural nails? The truth is, both techniques have their place in professional nail artistry, but they are built differently, they behave differently on the nail, and they require different levels of skill for the nail tech. So today, we are going to break down the science, the structure, durability, artistry, and client experience behind nail tips and sculpted nails, so you can truly understand the difference. Okay? In nail school, listen, I know how to do both, but we have to sculpt a nail to pass to get our exam. I have two people I sculpt nails on. That's because they are heavy lifters, and I'm quick at it. That's what I said. Most people it's not quick at it. But then I do toes all the time. I sculpt toes. I don't use tips. So me I prefer sculpted under different circumstances, because a long nail sculpted, I'm not doing it. Okay, let's get into this. Segment 1. Understanding nail extensions. Before comparing them, let's quickly talk about what nail extensions are. When someone wants longer than their natural nail plate, a nail tech creates an extension. This extension becomes the new free edge of the nail and is reinforced with products like acrylic or bitter gel. There are two main ways to create the extension: attaching a plastic nail, aka tips, or sculpting the nail from scratch using a nail form. But the foundation of the nail is different, and the foundation affects strength, appearance, and longevity. Okay, moving on to 2. What are nail tips? I'll just show y'all. Nail tips are pre-made plastic extensions that get glued to the end of the natural nail. That's where you have the stress line and your natural nail meet. And if you get a tech, they have to make sure that your stress point is ensured, okay? Imagine them like a template for length, okay? A nail tech chooses a tip size that matches the client's nail width. The tip is glued to the natural nail, trimmed to the desired length, and then blended into the natural nail so the seam disappears. After that, acrylic or gel is applied over the entire nail to create strength. In many traditional salons, this has been the standard technique for decades. Why? We're going to break this down. It gets with the chop shots, because nail tips are faster, easier to learn, consistent in shape, efficient for high volume salons. High volume salons, aka chop shops, okay? For beginners, learning nail extensions tips are often the first method taught because the extension length is already created. And I have so many people that come from the chop shop, including myself, they have one kind of tip, cut it, to whatever size you want, coffin, stiletto, square, that's it. Me, I have over 30 different nail sizes and nail tips. And then, like I said, sometimes I may have to use the forms, but that's only on 2 people because they use almond and they are heavy lifters and they want the nails to grow. So over the nail, but I could do both. It just with the longer nails, it's a lot. Okay. But nail tips comes with limitations because they are pre-made plastic. They don't always match perfectly with every client's nail shape. When the size is slightly off, the nail can experience stress points that lead to lifting or breaking. Yeah, I know. Another factor is the seam area, the point where the plastic tip meets the natural nail, aka the stress point. If that isn't blended correctly, it can become a weak point. Okay. So while nail tips are convenient, their quality depends heavily on proper sizing, blending, and reinforcement. And I got some examples in here I'm gonna throw in of the difference of like the nails and stuff. Now, what is sculpted nails? Now let's talk about sculpted nails. Sculpting is considered by many professionals to be more advanced technique. Instead of attaching a plastic piece, the nail tech places a nail form underneath the natural nail. This acts like a temporary guide, okay? Then acrylic or builder gel is used to build the nail extension from scratch. The product hardens into the exact shape the nail tech creates. Okay. Once it cures, the form is removed, leaving behind a fully sculpted nail. Think of it like the difference between using a pre-made mold or hand sculpting all day. Which you gonna prefer, especially in a high volume salon, okay? Because the nail is built from scratch, sculpting allows the nail tech to customize length, thickness, apex placement, aka the stress area, shape, and balance, okay? This customization often results in stronger structural integrity. Never had nobody, I don't have people nails lift at all, but when I say it's hard to get, baby, listen, because it's not glue. This is straight acrylic. That's why sculpting is commonly used for very long nails or dramatic shape. I'm not sculpting no long nails unless it's like for a nail art competition. I have to put like wings and stuff on it, but I'm not doing that. I got no tips for that, okay? However, sculpting takes more time and requires a deeper understanding of nail architecture. That's why I said we build nails all day, every day. Yes, we build stuff, so we're architects. A poorly sculpted nail can break just as easily as a poorly applied tip. Strength and durability. One of the biggest questions clients ask is, which nails are stronger? In general, sculpted nails tend to be stronger. I told y'all, it's built straight acrylic. You don't have no plastic. You don't have no glue that wears off later on. Okay. Why? Because they are built as one continuous structure. Okay. Like I said, there's no plastic piece underneath, no seam in between materials. The product flows seamlessly from the natural nail into the extension. Okay. This allows the tech to properly place the apex, which is the highest stress bearing point of the nail. It is where if you hit your nail, it's going to hurt worse. You know that. You know that. Okay. The apex distributes pressure when you type, grab objects, open doors, use your hands throughout the day. That's what I said. Like when you grab something and you're going to feel it in the middle. That's where your stress point is. Okay. With nail tips, the tech still builds an apex, but the presence of the plastic extension underneath can sometimes interfere with optimal structure. See, that doesn't mean tips are weak. It simply means sculpting allows more control over strength. Okay, moving on. Appearance and natural look. I love me the way I like both, but I like a way a sculpted nail looks because it like goes up. You feel me? Another key difference is how natural nails appear. Sculpted nails often look more seamless because they are entirely made of acrylic or gel. Okay, the material can be shaped perfectly to mimic the natural curve of the nail. I'm telling you, when I be saying stuff to y'all, I be lying. Okay, and then I come in and follow up with information. You feel me? Tips sometimes look slightly bulkier if the plastic base isn't perfectly blended. And I know y'all done seen some bulky nails. However, a skilled technician can make either method look beautiful. That's what I said. I do both. Okay. This is why most professionals say the method matters less than the technician's skill. If you've been a nail tech for a long time and you have heavy lifters and you know, like I have a client who I also call her my friend. She used to have her nails for a long time, and I used to wonder why she would get a little bit of greenies. It's because the glue would, like, she does a lot with her hands, so the glue like wears down. Sculpted nails, Piece of cake. Had no issues at all. We're going to go to the time and cost, but listen, I don't know if y'all know who Tammy Taylor is, but she's the fastest lady who sculpts, and I love her brand, okay? Tammy Taylor is old school, but when I watched the video of her sculpting a nail, using nail forms, she did all 10 nails in 45 minutes. That's some skill. That is some skill, baby. Listen, I'm trying to be in that level. I can do a full set of sculpted almond nails, medium length, in an hour. With prep, like an hour. That's what I'm saying, because I'm so used to doing it. But baby, before, when I first started nail school, I couldn't even put they gave us a rubber glove. We had to put cat litter or sand in it. That was our practice hand before I got a practice hand. You feel me? Try to put sticky plastic. Listen, this stuff sticks. To a glove, a rubber glove. Ain't no way. And then you have to form a nail with that. See, that's what I'm saying. But I could say you was doing. That's why I say, like, I'm skilled now because I do a lot of toes. Like, listen, I've been doing toes for 2 weeks straight. You feel me? I call myself the toe queen. Let me tell you, I'm gonna put some pictures in here too. But I sculpt toes because why? I went to the chop shops and they messed my toe up, and I'm gonna put a picture of my toes because I like to bring out information. I like to be out and like y'all. I want y'all to feel that I feel with y'all. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not telling y'all for no reason. Like, I'm just not out here just blabbing information. I don't got no research, but yes, okay. But yeah, like, it just takes skill in this practice. Okay, time and cost. Let's talk about practical realities, okay? Most clients are balancing time, budget, and maintenance, okay? Nail tips are usually faster to apply, slightly cheaper, common in busy nail salons, okay? Sculpted nails usually take longer, cost more, and offer by specialized nail artists. Like me, I don't offer it. Only a few of my clients or my friends know that offer it. That's what I said. Like, if I come across somebody that needs it, I will do it. But I don't offer it on my website, okay? Because sculpting requires higher scale and more time is often associated with luxury or advanced nail services, okay? Now we move on. Which method is healthier for natural nails? This question surprises many people. The method itself does not damage a natural nail. The method itself does not damage the natural nail. I done told y'all this many times. It's not what goes on your nail, it's who does your nails, okay? Improper removal, over filing the nail plate, aggressive drilling, picking or pulling off your nails. So this is some of the client, some of the technician. We work together, okay? When applied and removed correctly, both nail tips and sculpted nails can be worn safely, okay? Healthy nail services focus on proper prep, balance, structure, gentle removal techniques. I soak everyone's nails off. Everyone's nails off. It takes no more than 20-25 minutes if you're using EMA. Now, if you're using the dental stuff, which I'm going to put a video in there because I went and found some when I told y'all, we go back to podcast number 1, the history of nails, okay? I can't believe this. I seen this, and I'm gonna put this video in here, okay? All right. Y'all see this right here? Right here, it says denture material. Listen, this is what your local chop shops is doing. Denture material. Look what it's good for. Look at that. It's so cheap. Baby, listen. So once again, the real factor is the nail technician education, not the extension. Nail technician education, not the extension, okay? Which one should you choose? It's up to you. Choosing between tips and sculpted nails depending on your goals. That's what we're choosing. Nail tips are great for quick appointment, medium length extensions, or standard salon sets. You know, the active length, the little baby nails, all that. You feel me? Sculpted nails are ideal for, this is just their theory, ideal for very long nails, custom shape, nail correction, high-end nail artistry. Like I said, if I use it for some long nails, it's going to be for a nail art show. And I'm putting wings and castles and all kind of stuff, okay? Now, if you're someone who loves dramatic nail designs, sculpting may give you more freedom, control, okay? But if you simply want a beautiful set of everyday nails, tips can absolutely do the job, okay? At the end of the day, people, come on now. The real secret behind the great nails isn't the technique. It's the knowledge of the artistry and the care of the technician. Go find you someone who care about your nail health, okay? Please. Both nail tips and sculpting nails have been used successfully for decades. Each method evolved to serve different clients, different lifestyles, different creative goals. So instead of asking which one is better, start yourself asking which method is best for your nails, your lifestyle, and your nail art expertise, okay? Because when the technique matches the client and the technician understands nail structure, both methods, I'm slurring my words here. Both methods can create nails that are strong, beautiful, and long lasting. I have met, like I said, like I've been meeting, I done met like 12 new clients. Okay. I'm so proud of myself because I've been pushing. And I've been giving everything to the Lord, you know what I mean? And let him have full control of my business and reign, because he's the one who blessed me with this talent. Because, baby, listen, I tell y'all, I could do nails. I didn't know nothing about nails. Like I always tell y'all back in the old podcast, like when I did my first set of nails on myself, I went to grab something and it popped off like, bloop. I was so irritated, you feel me? But all glory to him. I can't do anything without him. So, but I love nails so much. But this is going back to when I met the clients, like I was told that like you really care about what you do. And I do. Like I always tell people I made my own cuticle oil. Like I think I have some. Yeah. So I decided to be creative and make my own cuticle oil, which it keeps your nails and your skin and your feet moisturized for maybe 1 or 2 hours instead of just drying it out. So I put a mixture of oils in it, and then it has my little booking link on there. But I care about people. I had somebody come and I know that's why I said, like, you're not supposed to diagnose anyone, but I know for myself it was contact dermatitis, and it was the first case I ever seen contact dermatitis with hair. And yes, you can get contact dermatitis from doing hair, over years of your skin, hands being exposed to chemicals, processing stuff, even weaves, synthetic stuff that they use. Yes, you can look it up. Okay, I looked it up, but she was a picker, and she picked her skin. It was a hangnail, and it was just exposed. And when she got to me, I'm like, oh, that ain't nothing. You feel me? Because I could use a silk wrap on the nail. I thought it was a nail. It was too much exposed skin. And I said, I refuse. I'm not doing it. Like, if I put that on there, you're guaranteed it's going to get infection because I use primer. If you had a cut and you do your nails yourself, or anybody you put primer on, they got a cut, it burns. Okay? Now, just imagine open skin. I know that for myself because I did it to my thumb thinking, oh, yeah, it's not going to hurt. And I had a exposed cut. And I did my nails with the primer, everything, and it got affected. So I know what I'm talking about. Like, I don't say I experiment on myself, but I know enough to know that I'm not going to do that when she comes back this week. But you got to be with somebody who cares, not just for the money. And everybody's like, oh, you're cheap. It's not about the money. I love nails itself. You know what I mean? Yes, I need money to pay my bills. But if I did the math to where I can afford these prices and still be able to pay my bills. But my thing is, I want people to care about their self. When you meet me, you going to walk out of here and be knowledgeable. Like, girl, let me tell you what she told me about my nails and how to live, keep them on and what not to do. And I've been doing them for this long, and I've been wondering my nails is popping off. But she told me to do this and keep my cuticle oiled up. That way it don't look all nasty and then it pops. And you know what I mean? Like, you want to be with somebody who cares about your nail health and your health period, because like I tell y'all in the last episode, like the other podcast I had before, your health starts with your nails. Okay, but that's just me rambling on. But I appreciate y'all so much for sticking in with me. I promise you, I would not let you down. I got 3 more podcasts I got up there. I've been doing this. I waited to get my numbers up because I'm like doing a podcast every week. Like, my numbers is doing slow. And then it's just too much. So I think 3 weeks, maybe 2 weeks max. We'll figure it out, 2 or 3. But I appreciate y'all guys so much. As always, thank you for watching Clickty Klack. And I hope to see you back.